Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Texas Mortgage Boss Podcast. My name is James J. And welcome to another Friday Facebook Live. Thank you guys for joining. Today's topic is the truth about down payment assistance programs. Now, I get asked about down payment assistance programs a lot. And today we're going to unpack the real truth as it relates to down payment assistance program. And is it really worth it? Stay tuned. So today topic is down payment assistance programs. One of the most asked questions I get, uh, typically by first time buyers. They want to know, can they qualify for down payment assistance? And I'm going to unpack that today. We want to know what the real ins and outs are as it relates to these down payment assistance programs. I'm going to talk about that today. So down payment assistance programs, there's a few of them that are available, and I'm going to probably just stick to a couple, right? I'm going to talk about Seth, which is Seth, Seth, and probably my favorite one, which is TSHAC. So that is Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation. Okay, that is what we're going to discuss, those two. Now, depending on where you are in the state of Texas, okay, each county may have their own program. The city may have their own program. Seth and TSHAC are two programs that doesn't matter where you live. If you qualify for them, you can get these programs. Now, with every single program, there's always qualifications as it relates to your credit score, as it relates to the amount of income you can make. So you probably can't make six figures and qualify for any of these programs. Why? I don't know. It's their program. They make the criteria for the program. Okay, so in essence, they feel like if you're making a X amount of money, that you have the money to be able to afford a down payment and your closing costs. Okay, so again, as a lender, we don't make the rules for these down payment assistance programs. The program itself has their own requirements, so keep that in mind. Okay, they also are the one who sets the interest rate, and we're going to get into that because as a lender, we don't control the interest rate if you're going to use a down payment assistance program. Okay, so that could be good, it could be bad, it just depends. So let's start off with Seth, and so we're going to do a little screen share here so you guys can see the ins and outs of Seth. All right, so we're going to start here. So first thing here with Seth, all right, there is no first time home buyer requirement. So the Seth 5-star program provides the down payment and closing costs for your home. Now, you have an option of getting up to 5% of the loan amount. All right, this is a grant, guys, so you don't have to pay it back. That's what that means. Anytime you're getting a grant, that means you don't have to pay it back, which is nice. All right, you don't have to pay it back. So one of the other things you want to know about Seth is credit score requirements. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. You have to have a 640 to qualify for Seth. Now, that could be a disqualifier for a lot of people that don't have a 640. So if you don't have a 640, that's where TSHAC is going to come in because their requirement's a little bit lower. But this is really important to know about Seth. It's a great program. 640 is the credit score, and you have to take a home buyer course, home buyer education course for this program as well as the TSHAC program. Now, I'm going to be doing a full training on TSHAC specifically because TSHAC has a Home Sweet Texas program, which we're going to get into, which is specifically for heroes. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So this is why TSHAC is one of my favorites. But Seth is a great program as well, guys. It really is. So income limitations for this program. You're going to want to go to the website, look at what the income limitations are for your specific county because they're going to be different depending on where you live. They're going to be different. So depending on how many kids you have or dependents you have, that's the other thing you want to keep in mind. So if you've got you and your spouse, no kids, well, the amount of income that you can make is going to be lower. If it's you, a spouse, and one kid, the income limitations go up a little bit more. If it's you, a spouse, and four kids, well, the income limitation is going to go up as well. When I say limitation, okay, there's a cap again to how much money you can make to get on to use one of these programs. Okay. So again, you can't make $100,000 and qualify for one of these programs. It's just not going to work. They cap it, and it depends on where you are located, what county you're in, and so forth. So that is what I want to talk about as it relates to Seth. Okay. It is a good program, but let's get to my favorite. All right, this is my favorite program. Why? Because Home Sweet Texas program is not necessarily for heroes, which, if you can qualify for Seth, this is a great alternative. Home for Texas Heroes program. This is my favorite. Okay, this is my absolute favorite program, and I'll explain to you why. Home for Texas Heroes. Okay, this is what a hero is considered, and this is who would qualify um, for this particular program. Now, when I say qualify as far as your profession. It doesn't mean you just qualify for, as it relates to the credit score and the income, because again, this program also has a income limitation. All right. But this is the difference. T-Shack, you only need a 620. You need a 620. All right. So for some people, they can't qualify for Seth, but maybe they can qualify for T-Shack, and you do not have to be a hero to qualify for this program. Now, let me clear this up. Homes for Texas Hero is for heroes. There's some additional benefits that you get as a hero. Hero, teachers, firefighters, police officers, EMS, anybody in the educational system, librarians, all right, veterans, which a lot of veterans don't know this. Okay, yes, you qualify for the VA loan, which makes you that basically says you don't have to have a down payment. However, you still have closing costs on a VA loan. Well, you could combine the VA loan with this program and get money for your not your down payment, but your closing costs. It's a great program, and I don't think most veterans know about this. I know when I bought my house as a veteran, I didn't know about this program. So I am going to do another training for that, specifically for veterans, to make people aware. Yes, you have the VA loan. The VA loan still comes with closing costs. You can combine the two and use this program as well to help you with the closing costs. Great program, guys. I love T-Shack. Love it. Okay. So 620 is the credit score. The income limitations, you'll want to go check that out. Again, I'm going to do a complete training on this. If you're a school teacher, I have a lot of school teachers that I work with, a ton that I have in my life. A mother-in-law who was a former school teacher for 30 years. So I have a real affinity for teachers. So I am doing a specific training just for teachers. And I'm going to put that out there for people to really know that this program exists and that there is a lot of benefits to this. And you only need a 620. Great program. Great program. So again, Texas Heroes, 620. The other thing about this program is you have an option as well, 3%, 4%, or 5%. Those are your options. This is the amount of contribution that you can get. Okay. So the more money you take, all right. So if you're taking 5%, the higher your interest rate. Okay. The more money you take, the higher your interest rate. So you got to look at this and see, do I want 5% and have a little bit of a higher interest rate? Or do I want to just take 3% to help me with a little bit and have a little bit of a lower interest rate? The other thing you want to know about T-Shack, okay, you have an option of a grant, right? You don't have to pay back, or you could do the other part of the program, which is a 3-year. It's a second lien. All right. So what does that mean? T-Shack's going to give you the money for your closing costs and down payment. Okay. It's a second lien on the house. There's no interest, there's no payments or anything like that. The difference, though, is if you do the second lien, you have to stay for 3 years. Okay. You have to stay for 3 years. If you sell your house, move, whatever, refinance it within 3 years, you have to pay it back. Not a portion of it, all of it. All of it has to be paid back. So why would you do a grant versus a second lien, or a second lien versus a grant? Great question. With the second lien, the interest rates are lower. That's why. All right. So if you're willing to take a second lien and you know you're going to stay in the house for 3 years, it's probably a better way to go because the interest rate is going to be lower. If you're not sure about it and you just say, you know what, I want to do the grant. All right. Take a little bit of a higher interest rate, but once you get that money, you don't have to pay it back. That is the difference. All right. So the the perception that all this money is just free, right? It's just free money flowing everywhere. Well, it's not necessarily free. Okay. You're going to pay a little bit of a premium on the interest rate. But I tell people I'd much rather you do this, do a T-Shack program, than continue to renting. All right. Renting sucks. It does. So I'm going to do everything I can to help people get out of renting because most people don't want to do it. A lot of people are doing it because they think they don't have a choice. They can't qualify. And for some people, that might be the case. You may not qualify right now. All right. I'm all about maybe you don't qualify now, but in 6 months, in 8 months, in 12 months, 18 months, stick with it. Right. I'm going to do my job and I'm going to do as much as I can to help people get out of renting. All right. There are certain situations where renting makes sense. Oftentimes, it just does not make sense. All right. People just don't know. So that is the T-Shack program in a nutshell. Now, let me say this. Let me show you guys this because this is the program right here. Home Sweet Texas Loan Program. Okay. So with this program, you do not have to be a hero. All right. You do not have to be a hero. There's an eligibility quiz, which you can walk through and it will show you what you need in order to qualify. But the big thing here, again, 620, guys, 620. So if you do not qualify for for Seth, if you do not qualify as a hero, well, here's another option for you. All right. This also has income limitations. Every single program is going to have an income limitation. So just know you can go look this stuff up. All right. I'm going to do a training and break it down because I think the way I'll break it down will help people understand it a lot better than just going to the website and just reading. All right. So T-Shack is by far my favorite, probably because I love teachers. I love teachers. I love anybody that's serving as a former military member myself. I love anybody that's serving in a role where, there's not a whole lot of, I guess, fanfare, but well needed. We need teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMS, anybody in the educational system. It's so important that we have these people. And I feel like they are sometimes just underserved, right? And so I'm going to do everything I can coming up here. I've got so much training I'm going to put out for these heroes and first-time home buyers, guys. There is an opportunity still to get into the game. All right. You want to get into homeownership, you can still do it. All right. You can still do it. So with that being said, I need your help. I need you guys to go head over to YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, subscribe, like, and share. And we'll continue to put out information. Again, remember, I'm going to do a full training on T-Shack. It's coming up soon. Everything you need to know. I did a very small sample on this video. I'm going to do an entire training on T-Shack alone. So if you know a teacher, a police officer, a firefighter, take this video and send it to them. If they have questions, all right, reach out to me. I'm available. You can DM me, call me, whatever, to reach me with any questions. But T-Shack is a great program, and I do have a certain affinity for heroes. I just do. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the next video.